What's going on, you guys? Fat Kid Productions here. Today, there's really not much going on. So for today's vlog, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys a story that happened in my life. You see, that's what I'm going to do with all the vlogs I have nothing to do in, nothing to vlog about. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys stories of, like, things that happened in my life. I think I talked about this in yesterday's vlog. Not sure. Anyway, let's get right into it. Today, let's try to get at least 5 likes for this video. If we can do that, then good job. Okay, let's move on to this. This story is about the time I got put on probation. You see, I actually got put on probation about a year before I quit YouTube. Actually, about half a year. Actually, about a year before I even started Fat Kid Productions. You see, what happened was I was in school one day, and I was walking with my friend, and we're just heading up the hallway, you know, and we bump into this teacher, and next thing you know, a bunch more teachers start showing up, and they start grabbing me and stuff, and let's be clear on something. I don't like just being grabbed out of nowhere. I don't think anybody does. Anyway, but so they start grabbing me, and they're pulling me. They're like 4 female, big old fat teachers. They're just like, come on now, let's get to the office. Anyway, so I'm just like, what do you think you're doing? And they're just like, we're taking you to the office. And so I shake them all loose, you know. I'm a 6'4", 300-pound guy. I just start, get out of here. And so I helped my friend because I pushed all the teachers off him too. And you see, I didn't want to start hitting them or nothing because I didn't want to catch any assault charges. You know, I was 15 at the time. Of course I didn't. And, well, then what happened was we were both walking up the hallway still after we shook off all the teachers, and they're following us around. Principal walks up, and he comes up to me, and he says something to me. I'm not supposed to cuss in my videos due to monetization stuff, so I'm not gonna. He says, what are you two fat doing? And me and my friend are both pretty heavy people. I mean... And next thing you know, I just blew up and started cussing this guy out because, you see, this has been kind of going on for a long time. So I had enough of it at that point, and so I'm cussing this guy out. And next thing you know, the school resource officer's right around the corner. Now, keep in mind, me and the school resource officer, him and I were pretty close, all right? He's pretty cool. And so he comes up, he's like, what's going on, man? And I'm just like, did you not hear what he just said to us? And he's like, listen, let's just go down to my office and we'll talk about it. And I'm like, okay. And so we go down to his office. I'm like, well, you see, this has been going on since I've gotten here. You see, I was a new student at that school. So yeah, this has been kind of going on since I've gotten here. He's been getting on me about my weight. And now, let's be clear on something. I'm actually really healthy for my weight, okay? I eat healthy. I go to the gym, etc., etc. And yeah. And so... he's like, okay, well, we'll have to have a talk with him. And, okay, so end of the day comes by. I'm about to go get on the bus when school resource and my mom, for some reason. I'm just like, the hell's my mom doing here? Dang it, I just cussed. Forget that. And I was like, what's my mom doing here? And they both run up like, hey, can you come to the office for a second? And I'm just like, sure. And so I come into the office. We're in the guidance counselor's office at this point. Guidance counselor in one chair. Principal, the one who was kind of making fun of me, in one other chair. Then my mom and the resource officer. So I think my sister was there. Yeah, my sister was there. So a total of 5 people sitting in this room, all sort of interrogating me. And so... he sits down, he's like, so what'd you say to the principal? And I'm like, well, I cussed him out because he was making fun of me because of my weight. And so there's like, yeah, whatever, you know, they're just going on about their business. So they send me and my sister out to the lobby along with the school resource officer. And they sit us down, I'm like, so what's next? What's going on? He's like, I don't know. And so, you know, my mom comes out. We're getting up, going home. My mom was driving me home. And we're driving home, my mom's just giving me this look like, you've done effed up. And I'm just like, oh. So yeah, and then next thing you know, I'm like, what's going on? And then my mom turns around and was just like, we gotta go to court tomorrow. And I'm just like, why? And she turned around, she basically told me, well, when you said that stuff to the principal, he got butt hurt, ran to the school resource officer and filed verbal assault charges on me. And I was like, come on, man. And so then I'm like, fine, whatever. And of course my mom didn't even know what was going on. You see, I never actually came out about what actually happened that day to my mom or anybody until like 6 months ago, right? Like, I didn't say anything because, well, nobody ever really believes me when I talk about that kind of stuff. Well, I mean, they do now, but you see, back then they wouldn't believe me. You see, when I was 15, I was just a bad kid. I did punk teenager stuff that I don't do anymore now that I'm an adult. Alright, so the morning comes by, we wake up, and, well, I wake up, and my mom takes me to court. We go in, talk to the judge. Okay, the one really the judge, more like a probation officer. And I'm just like, alright, so what kind of punishments am I taking here? And the lady was like, alright, well, here's what's going to happen. We were going to have you do community service, but that's out of the question now. I guess they decided not to put me on community service. And, well, then there's like, alright, well, here's what's going to happen. You're going to serve 3 days in this little detention room over at the middle school. Now, keep in mind, you see, I went to the high school, this place. I'm not handing out any actual town names for reasons, because I don't want anybody's life to get ruined or whatever. And here's the middle school, okay? Just a little middle school, bigger than the high school, which is actually pretty stupid. And then right over here is the high school. Little flat building, not that many rooms and stuff. I was like, fine. And so I go into this room the next day, actually that same day, and I walk in there with my lunch in my hand. I'm walking in like I'm going to work at a factory or something. And this old man sitting at the desk, he's got a gun out on the table just to, show everybody that he has it. And this guy's actually a police officer. So I walk up, sign my name and stuff. He's like, you're sitting over there. So I found out a little more about this guy, actually. And he's an ex-Marine. And I was like, I'm not messing with this guy. Normally, as a 15-year-old, I would have been like, screw you, I'm out of here. Just walk right out. But then again, if I did that, I would have gone to jail. And I probably would have had my butt kicked by a 60-year-old Marine. So, yeah, I didn't really have many options there. There were a bunch of other kids in there, a bunch of weird-looking kids in there. Kid named Billy in there. He looks over at me, and he's like, hey, what are you in for? And I was like, I cussed out my principal. And he's like, oh, I just had my locker filled with dead puppies. I'm just kidding. No, that's not really what he said to me. That's actually from a Bruce Stew story. For those who don't know who Bruce Stew is, go check out his channel. He's actually pretty funny. I was like, okay. But, so I'm sitting there, it's like, the place lasted from about 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's how long I had to sit in that room. And, well, eventually, it wasn't really that long of a day, and, so I'm just sitting there doing nothing practically. I had nothing to do, You see, when I was a freshman in high school, 15 years old, I was sort of a good kid and sort of a bad kid. On the good kid side, I had all my work done all the time, etc. I was like that preppy cheerleader, but I really wasn't a preppy cheerleader. I always had all my assignments done on time, always had all my group projects done, and then the other side of me was just like, screw you, I'll kick your butt. Yeah. Anyway, so first day goes by, I get taken home, and I'm just like, that wasn't that bad. And my mom just gives me a look like, you're not going to go in there more often, are you? But I was like, no. But so yeah, I had 2 more days of that, of basically the same thing. And then on the third day, I actually saw a girl in my class get arrested because she hit the girl sitting next to her. I was just sitting at my desk the whole time like, oh my God. And well, that pretty much ends it today for today's vlog. Comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.